Gen Z for Change is actually a good example of like kids that I actually, well, they're not even kids anymore. They're fucking adults that I actually think do good work, but are also absolutely fucking, like so aesthetically focused on like rad lib shit. It just like makes me so fucking angry. Like half of you motherfuckers started learning about politics because you were in here, okay, watching every fucking day, became like, you know, started doing things in politics, and then slowly but surely went to the wrong direction and became fucking rad libs. It's so odd. No, they're not fucking controlled opposition. Like, stop. They just get fed into the fucking machine and then become like little Democratic Party operatives. Not because they're like, oh, I want to be famous or I want to work in this field. I'm sure that has like, that's kind of cringe to say about people trying to organize praxis. Dude, I like what people do. I like what people do in that with respect to you know, organizing and doing all this stuff. But like your pipeline shouldn't fucking, you know, just simply lead to the Democratic Party, especially if you're an organization that like is supposed to be an outside force. Bro, this Twitter video you're on is really good. I know. I look, I love More Perfect Union. Okay. I like Gen Z for Change, but I also do see that a lot of fucking Gen Z for Change is a lot of what I see from Gen Z for Change still ends up turning around and just, you know, like hyper focus on the aesthetics. You're a DSA Andy though. I am going to keep pushing for any kind of fucking organizational tool that allows for more labor unions to prop up in this country, for people to fight back. And this even includes Gen Z for Change, okay? There are plenty of fights that need to be fought, and incremental change doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen without all of these organizations, okay? They all do good work. No, the only reason why I said that is because, like, even yesterday with the Jax controversy, which we've patched up and we've worked on, we've worked out. There was like some Gen Z for Change guy being like, dude, are you fucking serious right now? You're so crazy. It's like, dude, how do you get so, like, how do you get so fucking caught up in like aesthetic nonsense? Anyway, I'm not saying anything bad about Olivia. Like all the people for I'm not even saying anything bad about Gen Z for Change. It's just like I just wish they were more for everyone. I wish everyone that is a part of the leftist movement in any capacity would focus more on solidarity, charitability, and building momentum behind, you know, working class causes. I never even said that they're bad, for the record. One of the easiest ways to eviscerate that is literally through I guess thinking that like misunderstandings focused on aesthetic choices or aesthetic differences, misunderstanding and like Twitter links and TikTok fucking links that basically create an environment of hostility on the left is actually the most important thing that we need to address. We need to clean up our house. We need to make sure that we are united. That's actually real intersectionality. And it's like, no, it's not. No, you're just expressing hostility. This is something that I try to talk about regularly. Can you explain how liberals become rad libs? I'm gonna move away from this because I don't want to talk about it while I'm like looking at Olivia's account or what she posted, because I'm gonna one, this is positive. Two, I like her, and three, I like Gen Z for Change as well. But yes, I can tell you how this happens. Okay, you want to know how it happens? No, it's not too much envy. No, it's powerlessness. It's feeling powerless and then thinking that there are areas where you can, quote unquote, make progress, make change happen. Shit's on Gen Z for Change. I like them. No, I don't. I'm not shitting on them. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. This is another annoying thing. It's like everyone is like so black and white. It's just like, oh, if you offer constructive criticism to anything that you have seen, that must mean you hate them. That means you think that they're wreckers. That means you think that they're bad. Okay? It's so stupid. You just love drama and you're fucking spear dicking your narrative into it. These criticisms also apply to DSA. Let's talk about it from that perspective. And I wish that you would, again, not try to hammer on your own weird narrative here to like draw some change the conversation, change the direction of the conversation in a way that you see fit. Okay? You asked in the chat, how do people become rad libs, I guess? Well, they do because they think it's radical politics to be as I guess, quote unquote, anti-bigot or woke as you possibly can be. But in many respects, that's not very radical politics at all. It's not. Because radical politics would be anti-capitalist in this country, okay? And none of your arguments to like fix corporations by having there be, I don't know, more gay and trans, for example, people working in positions of power at Raytheon is actually going to change the dynamic of Raytheon, right? I'm using the most extreme example so that people can understand, right? It's not. Even decentralized boycott movements that focus on things that are not directly associated with the subject matter that you're trying to piece together is not radical anti-capitalist movements. It's just like aesthetics. Just so chatters know, watching Twitch is entertainment and very informative in this broadcast, but it's also not praxis. Watching a vid doesn't change anything. It just educates you. Yes. What you do afterwards, that would be, applying what you have learned into theory. So the reason why people move towards that, the reason why people move towards like being a radical liberal is because, let's say you're originally a liberal and then you become more radicalized, you become anti-capitalist, okay? Start reading. But then, unionizing your workplace or building workers' councils or even like a general strike is just not even something that you can see in the horizon. It's just like unimaginable, right? So then you focus on areas where you can make change. And it makes you feel a little bit better about it makes you feel like you've made changes in the world. So you just focus on avenues where you can make like marginal changes. Oftentimes it's like yelling at a corporation on Twitter. Sometimes they give in, most times they don't. But ultimately, it's no different than Anheuser-Busch doing a campaign with Dylan Mulvaney, having all the conservatives yell while they are dumping fat loads of stacks of cash to conservative movements in this country. Okay? They never stopped doing that, and they're not going to stop doing that. Even if they stop doing that, they'd still find another way to support right-wing initiatives, especially that pertain to deregulation. Okay? But people move towards those aesthetics-focused, oftentimes very liberal causes because they feel like there's momentum there. And it makes people feel good. They do it on the right. They do it on the left. Everybody does it. That's it. Dang, I missed the Gen Z for Change discussion apparently, but your take is pretty spot on as a former member. Yeah, I know Sean was a Gen Z for Change member as well. Exactly. Just like hyper focusing on the aesthetics and not the actual like momentum and movement building that people engage in. I'm sorry, is just wrecker shit that people engage in, and they can't fucking see themselves outside of like individual actions, individuals being bad, individuals being immoral, and not being guided by their material conditions, not being educated on the things that they see that you would consider in sociology social conditions. Okay, social conditioning, right? That's what guides people to feel the way that they do. Aesthetics are important too. No, fuck no. Aesthetics are not important. What the fuck do you mean? Yeah, aesthetics are important if you're building a fascist movement and you want to make liberals come to your side. No, it's lib shit. Aesthetics are always lib shit. It's always been lib shit. The problem is, that's all we have. Aesthetics and moving the needle in a direction through social conditioning only works in a rightward swing, okay? Because it doesn't offend the sensibilities of those in power all too much, because it does not actually seek to destroy the established hierarchy. That's why a movie like, what do you call it? The fucking Birth of a Nation could actually lead to an uptick in, the Klan, right? The Birth of a Nation could actually lead to the uptick of the Klan and more people joining the Ku Klux Klan, but there is no leftist equivalent to that where like people become, revolutionary vanguard party members. You can't social engineer people to go out and like truly change society in a way that is anti-capitalist. It's not going to happen.